Lindsay, welcome back to the Wandering Reader. Today I'm at the Southern Wool Show, which is sort of like a big yarn and wool festival in Newbury, so at Newbury Racecourse, so like the other side of London, past Reading, that sort of thing. Apart from the knitting and stitching show, this is the first sort of like wool show outside of that sort of like franchise that I've been to. So it's taken me about, I would say maybe 3 hours to get here, or like 2 hours and 45 minutes, something like that. I had a little break halfway through. I don't do an awful lot of driving on my own, so yeah, I think it'll be more of an experience on the way back. I worry about how tired I am when I'm sort of travelling, so but it'll be fine. So I thought I would vlog and just sort of like show you a few things. I'm not gonna I don't know whether this is going to be sort of like a separate video on my channel, or whether I will include it as footage at the end of one of my picking up the threads episodes. I haven't completely decided yet, but I thought it would be good to kind of like show you exactly what it's like. You know, I've filmed some clips of inside, and then I might show you what I bought at the end of it, so you like a mini haul. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Yeah. Hi guys, so it is actually a couple of weeks later than from when I filmed the sort of like vloggy part of this video, and I finally got around to sitting down and hauling what I got during yeah, when I went to the show. Basically, I really enjoyed going to the show. I felt like it was my first proper sort of like yarn festival, as it were, or yarn show. Some of the other ones that I've been to have been more sort of like, I feel like more commercial, and there were a lot more indie dyers at this particular show, and yeah, I bumped into a couple of people that I had spoken to like on social media, and yeah, it was just a really fun experience. I really enjoyed myself. So I did buy a few things, so I'm going to go through what I bought with you now. So the first thing that I've got to show you is a knitting pattern that I actually started making as soon as I kind of got back. So this is the kit for the spring lace beaded scarf. So I'm going to put the picture of it up here, hopefully you can see that. It's really pretty. It's like a light spring scarf, and it's got beads in it. And I sort of said to the lady on the stall that I was a beginner knitter, and sort of what would you need, what sort of knitter do you need to be in order to do it. And she said, oh well, if you know how to knit and purl and do a couple of these other stitches, then you'll be fine. And the instructions are in there on how to add the beads. So it's like a nice kind of like advanced beginner pattern, something a bit more to learn than just kind of knitting and purling. So everything came in the kit, and this is the yarn that it came with. It's really pretty. It's got mustard, pink and purples in it. It's really, really lovely. If I just grab the label, this is Lang Yarns in Jowl Magic Superwash. So this is what the label looks like. And what does it say on it? It's 75% virgin wool and 25% nylon. And it doesn't have a colourway on it, it just says it's 6255. I assume that's the colourway, but I could be wrong about that. So it's this lovely purple colour, purple, pink and mustard colour, and it's sort of like variegated. And then it also comes with the beads, which are these sort of like clear small beads. And like I said, I have actually started this, so I'll show you what it looks like so far. So yeah, this is what it looks like, and I think you can see, yeah, you can see the beads. So it started with this sort of like pinky colour, it got into the purple, and then we've got into the mustard, and it's actually really easy to do. The hardest part of it was creating these holes, because I'd not done any lace knitting before, but once I'd got my head around what to do, it was quite good. And what I'm doing is, it's a, how many rows? It's a 12-row repeat. So what I'm doing is I'm ticking every row that I've done, because I really feel like I can't see with my eye yet whereabouts I am on a knitting pattern, where I can do that with crochet. So I found it difficult in the past to kind of know where I am if I've put a project down for like a week or a couple of weeks or whatever. So I've sort of ticking off what rows I've done, so when I get back to it, I know what I'm doing basically. And actually, the second thing that I bought while I was there were these Chigu red lace needles. So I hadn't got any of these before, and there was a lovely gentleman on a stall there. I'm going to have to look up where he was from, because he's got a website which you can order from. I'll leave a link to that in the comments down below. But these are Chigu red lace circular needles. They're a 4mm needle, and it's got an 32-inch or 80cm cable to it. So we were sort of talking about these. I said that I'd not come across them in a shop before, sort of like physically, just online, and that I wanted to try some. I needed some for this pattern, so I tried those out, and I'm really happy with how that's going at the moment. I mean, I would have said that I would have knitted this on a pair of not on circulars, on sort of like normal knitting needles, but it's actually really handy having it like this, because it's constantly on something and I'm not afraid of the stitches falling off or anything like that. And the cable's really flexible, and I'm finding it a really pleasant knitting experience. So yeah, I got that first of all. Then I came across a stall that was called Skein Heroine, and it was all naturally dyed wool. So this is the card that I took off of the stall, and the lady on there basically naturally dyes all of her own yarn, and they had a pack on there for this particular pattern called the Raspberry Ripple shawl, and it was a pattern that had been in an issue of Simply Crochet. I can't remember what issue it is, but I have it on my phone, so I will leave it on the screen here for you. But this is the pack, and I'll put a photo of the finished shawl on the screen as well. But it's basically like half on like this natural creamy colour, and then the other half is a mixture of these colours here. So you've got green, blue, pink, and then like 2 shades of purple. And I just thought, I really liked the colours of it. I really like the idea of it being naturally dyed, and it's quite soft actually. Yeah, I really like the design of the shawl, so I decided to pick up that. And one of the other stalls that I bought from was called the Knitting Gift Shop, and this is the little card that was in there, so you can see their website on the bottom. And they had these really, they had lots and lots of different kits there, but the ones that particularly drew my eye were kits for bracelets. So I couldn't decide what one to get, so I got 3 different ones. So this is the beaded bracelet knitting kit. There we go. I think you can see that properly. So I got, you could mix and match what colour you had with it, of the yarn, and I just got whatever colour was on the picture. This is the cable bracelet knitting kit. So that you can see it comes with the pink yarn, or I picked the pink yarn anyway. And then this one is an I-cord bracelet knitting kit, and I picked out the blue to go with that. And they've all got these lovely clasps to go on them. I just thought they were really sweet, sort of quick-ish knitting patterns, and that would produce something really pretty that I would want to wear all of the time. It comes with everything in the kit that you need. And I think these were something like £5 each, like they were really, really reasonable. So I picked up, you need these very small knitting needles, so I picked up a pair of those, and the gentleman actually gave me them free in the end because I bought a few things. These are 3mm needles, but they're obviously very, very short ones. And off of the same stall, I also bought, I didn't really have any nice stitch markers, and they had quite a few different ones. So I bought this little set here, and there's 5 different ones, and there's like a sheep, and there's a button and a ball of wool, and I just thought they were really, really pretty. And again, they were really reasonable price. I think they were something like £7. So I thought I would get those and add those to my collection. And then the only other thing I bought from that store was a shawl pin. And I quite like knitting and crocheting shawls, and I didn't have a pin to hold them together. I was just sort of wear them as a scarf or whatever. But I really wanted to get one, and they had like a huge selection of different ones, and in the end I went for this sort of Celtic pin. So it's really, really pretty. Hopefully you can see the beauty of that. But again, it was really reasonably priced, and I just thought, for the amount of times that I've seen a really lovely shawl pattern, or you know, I'm making a couple currently of my endless sort of like whip pile, I thought it was really worthwhile getting one of those. So yeah, I was really pleased with that. Off of the same store that I got the spring lace scarf kit, I also got a kit for a Crochet Snowflake wreath. So here's the picture of it here. So this comes with everything in the kit. It's got the 2 wooden circles and then all of the yarn and the pattern inside as well. And I really like the idea of making things for Christmas, having lots of handmade things in my decoration collection. So yeah, I managed to nab the last one of these on the Saturday afternoon, which I was really pleased with. Oh, and it says on the box as well what that store was. It was Manfield Crafts, so you can go visit their website at manfieldcrafts.com. They are another UK based craft website. A few other things. Black Sheep Wool had a stall there, and I've seen them at the knitting and stitching show before, and what caught my eye about that stall was that they had sheep ear swirls there, and I've never seen them in the flesh before, as it were. And there's this particular pattern that I've had in my Q on Ravelry for a while, and it is this pattern here. It's the Crochet Between the Lines shawl, and I can't remember the name of the channel that I saw. It's Lindsay from, I can't remember the name of her channel. I'll leave it on the screen here, but she was making one of these with 2 whirls, and I really wanted to make one. So I was looking for the colours that would go together, and in the end I chose this is the dark grape swish one. So you can see it goes from black, and then you get grey, and then it goes into the purple. And then the other one I got to go with it is called Nighttime Bubbles, and I just love the pink in there. So the idea is that the shawl kind of alternates colours. So I spoke to the woman on the stall, because you're supposed to do kind of dark and light, so I'm going to start one of them from the middle and the other one from the outer edge. I'm not sure which of these yet, but I'm really looking forward to using these. These are quite expensive, they're $20.99 each, but I had some money that I'd kind of accrued over the summer, and I saw it and I figured I've wanted them for a while, so I might as well just get them, so I did. Off of the same store that I bought the 4mm needles, I also bought these Chigu circular in a 2.5mm. So these are for knitting socks. I'm on a mission. I want to finish a pair of socks basically, and I think the name of the shop was Pearlessence. It's a UK based website, so again I will leave a link to that down below. But the gentleman there was so lovely, and yeah, he actually gave me this pair for free because he said that somebody earlier in the day he'd offered them like a cable, and they said, oh no, you know, don't worry about it, just give it to somebody else during the day who you want to do a good deed for. And he said, oh, you're a beginner knitter and I want to, you know, foster your enthusiasm. So he ended up giving me these for free, which was so lovely. And I just know everybody I talked to at the festival was so nice. And that was another pleasure about going. It was just felt like a real community. It was really, really lovely. Another small thing that I got was a 2.5mm crochet hook. These are the Knit Pro Zings. I wanted to make this particular project and I realised that I didn't have a 2.5mm. I've got loads of other sizes, but I don't have this, so it seems ridiculous. But anyway, I do now. And then a few other things that I bought while I was there. Firstly, I picked up a copy of the Sheepia's latest magazine, which I've seen on Wool Warehouse and things. This is called Woman. It's number 5, and it just has lots of different knitting and crochet projects in it using their yarn. I mean, you can use other yarn as well, but sort of flicking through it, there were a number of different patterns that I like. So for example, this kimono was really nice. What else did I like in here? Oh, these Big Sister shawl and Little Sister shawl. They were really pretty as well. Yeah, and there was just a few things in there, so I thought I would flick through that. And then, you know, at my leisure and decide what I wanted to make out of it. I think this was, how much was this? This was £6.95. Another thing that I noticed while I was there is that they had one of the Wimmick Mum sock pattern collection books. I've been following her pattern to knit my first pair of socks, and this has lots of advice in here and lots of other patterns that you can use to make different kinds of socks. So I thought I would give that a whirl. Let's find a pair that I particularly like. These are called Wildflower socks. I really like the wool on those, and I think these are all using the West Yorkshire Spinners Signature 4-ply yarn, which I think I have a couple of those in my stash somewhere. But yeah, they're really pretty. So, you know, when I finally mastered a normal pair of socks, I might give some of these a go. And then lastly, I really wanted to pick up another lot of indie dyed yarn, so I picked up the naturally dyed one for that particular project, and I just thought I'd pick something random up and decide what to do with it later. So I wanted to pick something up that I hadn't bought before, so I bought from a store called Truly Hooked, and their website is trulyhooked.com, and this is their standard sock, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, and the colour of this is Alter Ego, and it's like purples and greys, and I just think it is utterly beautiful. So I bought 2 skeins of that, maybe to do a shawl or, you know, a top or something like that. I just thought they were utterly delightful. Yeah, 2 skeins are probably better than 1, because then I've got a choice of what sort of projects that I can make with them. But I really love those, and yeah, I'm looking forward to deciding what to do with them. So there you go guys, those are all of the things that I bought when I was at the Southern Wool Show. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please leave me any comments or questions down below, and I will speak to you guys in my next video. Bye!